On this episode of the DCeric Show, we go back to 2010 with Alien Breed 2 Assault, made by Team 17 for PC, also available on Xbox 360 and PS3. Well, back in 2011, Steam had this online summer fair type of thing going on. This, of course, is where you have to collect selected achievements for certain games that you own. Of course, if you get the achievements, you get free prizes. One of the free prizes was Alien Breed 2 Assault, which is a continuation of Alien Breed Evolution, which was released a couple months before Alien Breed 2 Assault. Alien Breed Evolution was later re-released on PS3 and Steam under the name Alien Breed Impact, and would feature an upgrade station, redesigned aliens, and an extended prologue, which is missing from Alien Breed Evolution. The Alien Breed series started back in 1991 and was mostly remembered on Amiga platforms, with some games being released for MS-DOS. The Alien Breed series of games takes influences from the Aliens movies. The difference in Alien Breed Evolution and following games is that they utilize the Unreal Engine, allowing for great fluent gameplay as well as graphics that are great for the eye. They also take the same elements of gameplay and look identical to each other. To get the best of quality in the games, you'll have to turn on a couple settings that hopefully your computer can handle. If, of course, your computer can't handle the heavy graphics settings, then you'll have to put up with low resolution and lower grade visuals. Other differences, of course, is the camera. In the older games, you got a bird's-eye view throughout each level in the game. Newer games keep the bird's-eye view layout but adds on to it. With the newer games being a 3D, the camera moves around when you move the mouse to the far left or far right of the screen. More importantly, for missions, you'll have to move the camera to see panels on walls that help you complete missions in the game. The games take a bit of gameplay from the Gauntlet series of games. In the games, you're supposed to get rid of aliens that have taken over space stations or spaceships. Of course, by doing this, you have missions to complete before exiting each level. The older games complete with an ending. In the newer games, you end with a cliffhanger ending. And the only way you're able to complete the story is buying the next game. In Alien Breed Impact and sequels, there's an item upgrade station, which is where you can save your game, buy ammo for the weapons you've picked up in the game, and upgrade those weapons as well. This seems to be missing in Alien Breed Evolution. In the item upgrade station, you can purchase health packs from small to large, which will help you in the game, unless you're a pro, because you'll be losing a lot of health in the game. You can also purchase grenades that have unique features. The upgrade station usually will pop up just before you do a new mission. There's tons of secrets in Alien Breed 2 Assault that sometimes make the upgrade station almost useless to use at times in the game. You can search human corpses in lockers which are scattered throughout the game, which can give you credits, ammo, and weapons. You can also find secret areas where health packs, weapons, and credits are laid out for you to pick up. There are certain parts in Alien Breed 2 Assault where you'll think it's quite difficult, and that's when you're in an area and get swarmed with enemies and you'll have to continue shooting in all directions to destroy them. If you're playing on the easy difficulty, it's not as hard as it looks, because your health doesn't drop half as bad as it does on harder difficulties, so you'll be able to get through the swarms quickly and easily. The cool thing about Alien Breed 2 Assault is if you got a friend who owns the game, you can join together in co-op mode. I can't really explain too much about this mode because it went untested, but I can imagine by adding a friend in the game, it makes it even more fun. The funny thing about Alien Breed 2 Assault is how the bosses are laid out. You get a boss at the beginning of the game, and then you get one at the second last level of the game, giving you a whole lot of chapters that give you the same type of missions. There is no ending boss, and you're left with a cliffhanger ending until you pick up Alien Breed 3 Descent. It makes you feel like you bought a shareware game, but the price is right, so you won't feel too bad. Alien Breed 2 Assault's story isn't too bad, so if you're into sci-fi adventures, you'll enjoy this game. However, you may not like the comic book style video sequences. The gameplay isn't too bad in Alien Breed 2 Assault, but I would give breaks between the missions. The reason is that throughout the game you'll feel like you're doing the same thing over and over, and that can get quite boring. Each chapter can take you at least 20 to 30 minutes to complete, so there's a whole lot of time to complete this game. So take breaks so you can keep the fun factor going, or you'll just get bored. Well, I guess I've come to the end of the show. I did enjoy Alien Breed 2 Assault, but I felt like I needed to take a break in order to have that feeling of fun I had when I first put my hands on the game. The one mode that sounds interesting to play is a co-op mode where you and a friend can play together to shoot up some aliens. I really enjoyed the weapon selection, but felt like the upgrades were kind of useless unless you played on a harder difficulty. If you want to play through Alien Breed Evolution and complete the story, you can get it and the sequels on Xbox Live for Xbox 360, PSN Network for PS3, and Steam for PC. If you want to go back and play the older games, Alien Breed through Alien Breed 3D 2, The Killing Grounds, you'll be able to do so with an Amiga platform available on eBay. There was a planned but cancelled Alien Breed game to be released in 1999 for PC and Sega Dreamcast, titled Alien Breed Conflict. The game was supposed to take elements from the Alien Breed 3D series of games and be a first-person shooter. None of the first-person shooter versions of Alien Breed were released for PC or Dreamcast. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and next time, hope to show you a game I couldn't keep my hands off of.